Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel PG Analytics. In this video, I'm going to talk about one very interesting problem on filters. So this is my data having two column patient and disease, and we have data of four different patient, P1, P2, P3, and P4, and their disease. So I have loaded the same data in Tableau, patient P1, P2, P3, P4, and their disease. Now what I want to show disease as a filter. So I'll just select it all and show this filter. And I just select diabetes and malaria. Now what I want by default, I selected two values. It will show all the patient having any of the values. So P1 and P2 having both disease, but P3 is having malaria and P4 is having diabetes. This is how by default the filter works in Tableau. Now, in my problem, what I want, if I selected diabetes and malaria, I want to show those patients having both disease. I don't want to show P3 and P4. If I select diabetes and pneumonia, it should show all the patient having both or selected disease. If I select all three, then it should show all the patient having all the three disease. So let's implement this use case. I'll just convert this filter to context and just select diabetes and malaria. Now I will write one calculation using fixed LOD, which will return the number of values that has been selected in the filter. So right now, two disease has been selected. It should return two. So let's write this calculation. Count D of disease. And this calculation, I will just add into the detail and added the title and give it a name total selected disease. Insert and fixed LOD. Now we have selected two values, so it will return two. Now if I select only malaria, only one value selected, it will return one. If I select all, so you can see three values selected, it will return three. So let's keep it diabetes and malaria. So this is our first step. Now next one is write another calculations. Again, we will use the fixed LOD. Now I will get fixed. I will fix the patient. And then I want the count distinct of disease. So now this calculation will return the total disease of each patient. So P1 total disease is 2, P2 is again 2, P3 is 1, P4 is 1. So let's see the output. I'll drag it and convert this to discrete. We can see for P1, there are two diseases, malaria and diabetes, based on what we are selecting in the filter. P2 again 2, P3 and P4 is 1. If I select only malaria, you can see for each patient we are having 1. So I'll just keep it selected, diabetes and malaria. Now we have two calculation. One is giving total selected disease. Second one is giving total disease for each patient. Now next step is to compare it. So I'll just compare fixed LOD is equal to LOD. And this is calculation 1. And I'll just put this calculation 1 into rows. It will return true or false. So we can see it is true for patient P1 and P2 because both is having both disease, diabetes and malaria. For P3 and P4, it is false. Why? We are comparing the total disease for each patient with the total selected disease. So it is 2, but it is 1, it is false. Now what we can do? We can show this as a filter and just select true. Now it is showing only those patients having the all the selected disease. So among all, P1 and P2 is having diabetes and malaria both. Now if I select diabetes and pneumonia, we have P1 and P4. So P1 and P4 is having both the disease. Let's select malaria and pneumonia. You can see P1 and P3. So now it is showing only those patients having all the selected disease, not any of the selected disease. That's it for this video.